So I just made a video about the Ackman vs. Heelsvsbabyface drama. If you want the full story, watch that. This video is about Ackman going on the Tommy C livestream, and they talk about the beef, and I will insert clips for context, and to show Ackman being a disingenuous weasel.
So there's this company, and you stop me if I'm wrong, called Sweet Baby Incorporated. What gaming companies do is they hire them to get them a better DEI score, but in doing that, it usually affects the story in sort of a stereotypical woke way. Am I right?
Yeah, that's a pretty general summary of it. Yeah.
Okay, so you agree with that? What I just said?
What that they're
Sweet
Baby
yeah. Because I'm coming at this as like I didn't do the research. I'm just asking questions. I'm trying. I think it was better not to get your side of the whole thing.
Well, you can like check their website, and it kind of lays it out. I mean, they use all the buzzwords like inclusiveness, diversity. Mm-hmm. I don't think they use the term politically correct, but
nobody uses that anymore. That's a 90s thing.
Yeah. Marginalized players. We do cultural consultation, sensitivity and inclusivity reading, risk and opportunities assessment. That's kind of weird. Risk and opportunities assessment.
Yeah, so they make stories suck is what they do.
Yeah, well, the thing, I don't think there's like any specific, they wrote this line of dialogue in this game or this scene.
But they can tap you on the shoulder and say, don't write that, write this, or try something like that. And
exactly.
Make sure this is a minority character. That can't happen because it might offend this group. They can do that, and that can make a story suck.
If you're a creative working in AAA, which I did for many, many years, put this stuff up to your higher-ups. And if they don't see the value in what you're asking for when you ask for consultants, when you ask for research, go have a coffee with your marketing team and just terrify them with the possibility of what's going to happen if they don't give you what you want.
I need you to sign this piece of paper.
I can't sign it.
You would be committing suicide, Kate.
Yeah. As far as like what we know, like this is just me, but I don't think people can point to a specific scene or like dialogue or a certain aspect of the game and be like, this is the contribution they made. It's more of a general, like, people seem to be noticing a pattern between these games and what their website says and how these things suck.
Okay, so how do you get in a fight with? That sounds like you're in agreement with.
Well, so my thing is, so your dad, for example, as you brought up, you and I both love Forrest Gump. Your dad doesn't like it because of the political undertones he
perceived,
got from it. That he perceived. Yeah, I'm a guy, like, I don't discriminate against someone or like a piece of media solely based on what politics it might have in it. Sure. It has to be demonstrated, like, how it makes it worse.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, so I wouldn't say I necessarily have like a stake in the console war, or not the culture war.
The culture war. Okay.
But like, I pay attention when it pertains to gaming and like how it makes games worse. Because there are like legitimate examples of how it makes games worse, and then there's examples where it's like just simply including it doesn't make the game worse, you know?
So this puzzles me.
That's how I look at things.
Yeah, but that seems to be a pretty reasonable take. So, but the guys you're fighting with, I would even go as far to say they're activists, which, by the way, I have no problem with, against woke media.
Yeah, I mean,
there's nothing wrong with that. I root for those guys. How do you get in a fight with them having such a level-headed take? At least that's what you're telling me on this. How do you get in a fight with Heelsvsbabyface? I don't get it.
I think they perceived that I was being hypocritical, or that, because it goes back to like the Starfield stuff. Okay. I think they got the gist that I was defending the pronoun inclusion option in Starfield, but I was really just trying to say, hey, this is the least of Starfield's problems. This is not an example of how it makes the game worse.
gorilla-shaped man on the verge of crying because Starfield lets you pick pronouns at the start of the game and then is never brought up again. Somebody please shoot this guy with a bear tranquilizer. He's going to attack someone. Oi, Heelsvsbabyface is great. Just a passionate person speaking his mind like many other creators out there. The response was, he's great at making people that criticize pronoun use look like a bunch of shit-eating cavemen. I'd love to see pronouns in every game moving forward for no other reason than spite and to watch this guy's world melt.
So what you're trying to say is you're not really
that as like a defense of it, though. But I was just calling out what I thought were bad arguments for why the game is bad, or why you.
And that's at the exact time that Heelsvsbabyface has his mega viral meltdown.
When he goes viral and all that.
Which, see, the thing is, like, I don't even disagree with them because it's like, oh my god, I would have been like, fuck this shit, man, whatever, I don't think I would have turned the camera on and started screaming, and like, it was funny, but is Heelsvs, and I don't know all his history. I've seen him on Midnight Edge and stuff like that. Did he not laugh at himself after that? Did he not think that? Did he not understand why that went viral?
Well, I think from what I've seen, he's like embraced the joke later on.
Okay, it's a funny joke.
Yeah,
I've had to do that. I mean, I think we've all had to kind of laugh at ourselves. And
for context, 6 months ago, I did a viral rant on Starfield. The nonsense pronouns, gender ambiguity stuff, things which I called current, it's not yet 90 seconds into the video, day. My good friend Dan Vass clipped it and asked if he could put it up on social media. Might bring you a bit of heat. I agreed, and neither of us had any idea of how viral that tweet was going to go. It went insane. And I think it did because it really hit a chord. We had the far leftists who were absolutely raving mad about the fact that they had their ideology spat upon. And then we had people who, in my corner, were sick and tired of seeing this ideology crammed into everything. Video games, TV, movies, comic books, etc., etc.
So how do you guys have a problem? Like, he did a video on you, and I saw your video where, like, look, you could video dump it. I just wanted to talk about it, and he doesn't think you're an honest. I mean, he kind of sounded like me. I'll be honest with you. He doesn't think you're going to be like, you honestly want to talk to him. I did not get in that impression by your Twitter video. I thought it's almost like you're doing drama in a different way. That's the kind of the vibe I got. But he didn't want to talk to you.
If I just wanted to grift this shit, I mean, I would just make a fucking YouTube video about it, you know, make ad revenue.
Well, that was your exception. He said that you were content farming, and you kept repeating, I thought quite smartly, we make videos. We're going to make videos. So you took objection to him calling you a content farmer, not because you're not willing to do it. It's just that you didn't think that in this particular case, tell me if I'm framing it wrong, that was the case.
I don't know if my upload schedule constitutes a farm.
We were going to have a conversation in private with the mutual acting as a go-between to make sure that both parties were coming at it from good faith, as we both had respect, at least I thought we did, for the mutual. That's going to come back later, folks. However, I was poorly sick at the time and wanted to recover before we had our conversation, and the act man told the mutual that he was actually going to be releasing a video which would feature me at some point regarding the Starfield business. Now, because the conversation was meant to be about clearing up misunderstandings and getting context for my rant, this video would obviously be painting me out of context. So when the mutual told me about the video, I saw this as the act man speaking out of both sides of his mouth. In one instance, he wanted to have a conversation to clear up misunderstanding and get context, but at the other side of his mouth, he was putting out a video which was clearly going to paint me out of context. I saw him as disingenuous, and I told the mutual, I'm no longer interested.
It's more of a...
We make videos.
Like,
that's what we do.
I'm lucky if I get 4 videos out a month, right?
Oh, really?
So... Yeah. So like if I get 5 videos out a month on my main channel, that's a good month for me.
Oh, okay. So you're not like me. You don't turn the stream on or make a quick clip or a quick rant or anything like. Because I'm more of a rant guy. No, you're not like that.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with those.
Typically.
Okay, so you do you have the courtroom drama, which is really cool. By the way, I guess that's your staple. That video game.
Well, there's like 2 videos like that. Yeah,
staple. Okay, so and you have no issues. You have no issues with his criticism. You have no issues with his criticism, correct?
Which one?
Well, any of them. I only found out that you're
I don't have a problem with him criticizing me. Hey, I might disagree with his criticism.
Fair enough.
But making those Starfield videos before, it's like, we make content. We can criticize each other, Yeah.
So why did you want to talk to him and kind of mend fences? Because that's what it sounded. At least that's the narrative I got from your Twitter video. Is you wanted to mend.
Why? Well, because I think there's more important things on YouTube. I mean, the whole like demonetized channel, like, oh my god, I'm fucking, like, my channel's fucking dead. That kind of made me look at things in a different light. It's like, so I tend to say we should all be able to hate each other and coexist on here.
I agree.
Yeah,
sure.
and yeah, I just wanted to say, like, look, if you ever run into problems similar to what I ran into, I've got contacts. I can reach out to them. They can help you. We don't have to talk or be friends or be cordial. Pretty much it.
And baby, you can make as many videos on me as you want. I'm not going to bitch about it. We make content. I thought it was pretty smart. Throughout the things that we make content, it's what we do. So in other words, like, I'm no more a grifter than you are. This is what we do. This is, which I thought was, that's a really good point. In doing that, and I guess this is going to be my toughest question, what everybody's demanding that I ask you. There was a YouTuber by the name of Mauler. He's a friend with Nick DiOrio, as far as I know. And you used his DMs to show the public, not too unlike what I did to you on Twitter, to show that you did reach out in September to try to talk to him. Now, the complaint is that you didn't get permission. Now, I am not a golden rule guy, the golden DM rule. If you lie about me, I will drop your DMs. I don't care who the fuck you are. So I'm consistent on that. I have privacy, but if you tell one thing in public and say one thing in private, it's off, right? Did you not ask Mauler to release that? And I apparently he said he didn't give you permission to do that. And if so, why?
No, he didn't. And I'm sorry to Mauler. And
really?
Yeah, I'm sorry for how things turned out.
Did you not think that was going to not bother him? Or you didn't think it was a kind of an ethical breach or anything?
I guess I thought it was like, this is just the information that's being relayed. Like, I should have just blurred his name out, and just not specified, and just been like, this is, our third party. These are the DMs. So I just fucked up.
Are you still willing? Like, this might be the type of thing where he cools off, and then you guys can have the same conversation we had. Are you open to that?
Yeah, exactly. Maybe weeks, months from now, whatever. We all cool off.
Yeah.
We take our chill pills, and we can come back together at some point. Because people on the internet, they love seeing people fight, but they also like seeing them make up.
Yeah, they do. It's weird.
Yeah.
It's weird. And unless
they like the character arc.
Yeah, that's true.
So if I was to be charitable, I would say Ekman was on someone else's channel and didn't want to portray himself as the dickhead he was towards Az. But he definitely played down things to make himself look better. From the shitty tweets to the video he made including him talking about Az's rant, despite him saying he wanted to hear Az's side in context. Instead, he put out a video that was purely for content, even though there was plenty of alternatives, like delaying the video or cutting out Az's part. And to make matters worse, he leaked Mauler's DMs, even though they proved nothing except that Ekman is both a fool and a dishonorable person. But it's even worse that when he was called out, he shows very little remorse.
Major moment for me was the whole Mauler interaction here. I guess kind of can you walk me through like your thought process there for I guess he caught like a big stray.
Well, how can you explain to me how he caught a stray?
Oh, well, yeah. So his DMs got like dropped during this whole situation.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Like it upset him pretty much.
All right.
Again, I'm sorry if you've already addressed this.
Let me ask you something. Did Heelsvsbabyface say that you didn't reach out to him at any point? Did he say that publicly? Is that why you brought the Mauler stuff in?
No, I don't think he said that.
Or you just thought it was okay?
I don't know if he said that.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right. Fair enough. So you just thought it was. So you kind of put Mauler in a bad spot kind of.
Yeah, and I'm sorry I did that.
But here's the thing.
If I
Here's
fucked up
the
on that, I
thing,
should've
Nick.
just blurred the name.
That's wrong. That's 100% wrong. I don't think those are the right times. I think there is time to drop DMs. I don't think
it just feels like he was trying to like help mediate or something.
Yeah.
Because you never want. I mean, I've been in that position before myself, like where two friends are fighting or whatever,
And they start using
it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just, I think we're all upset about how things turned out.
Yeah, maybe somebody could just like, I don't know, swallow their ego, and I'm not just pointing at their side. Just everybody cool off for a week or two and then fucking talk it out.
Yeah,
it doesn't. We don't have to make it content.
We'll just cool off.
Yeah. I think that's the best thing to do. All right, Nick. Anything else? I gotta get ready.
That was my only real criticism in this one. Yeah,
all right.
I don't know.
He owned it.
No.
Well, he seems like a pretty chill guy who's just trying.
Oh no, he's a great dude, fantastic dude. I've never had a bad interaction with him.
Except this time, Ackman. You screwed over Mauler for a nothing burger. And sorry, but you don't look that broke up about it. Like it was no big deal. I'm sorry, but leaking DMs without asking, especially when the DMs prove nothing, it makes things worse. Because you were so willing to destroy trust over something so flippant, you definitely don't deserve to be trusted with anything big. Then there's his attitude towards wokeness in games.
I think they framed it as me being like a flip-flopper, but the consistency in like what I've said is like I'm always a proponent of like how it affects the media.
Okay.
You guys disagree with the woke stuff in culture and media simply because like some people disagree with it or dislike it. I'm gonna silence my phone. I'm sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Some people dislike it simply because it's against their like ideological political values.
Okay.
That and that's your prerogative to think.
Sure.
Me, I need to be. You need to grab my hand and
bitch.
and pull me through the hoops
Yeah.
to how it makes that product in particular worse.
Okay.
If you can convince me, then I'm on board.
Then you're-
My channel's all about why is this game awesome? Why is this game bad? And sometimes I make fun of bad opinions. The hot takes videos. I do one of those, every 6 months or a year or something. But yeah, it's like I don't necessarily have a stake or like pick a side in the culture war. I like to get both sides and both arguments and kind of make up my own mind.
Would just by that statement alone, if I was kind of hypercritical of you, are you trying to like kind of hug the fence? Are you flip-flopping? Is that a
no? I see it as like I need to see both sides before I make up my mind on something, because there's arguments for and against stuff, and I just like to be the most well-informed as I can be, right? So basically, whoever sounds like they're making the most sense to me.
Okay.
First, if you said that in the tweets, okay. But you didn't sound like that at all. There was no nuance. You just added to the dog pile. You called Az a deranged gorilla that needed to be shot with a tranquilizer, as well as a shit-eating caveman, and that pronouns should be in every game to own him. Doesn't exactly sound like you wanted to be convinced. I mean, forcing someone to put things in games that they don't want to. That seems pretty shitty to me. I mean, best case it's something that doesn't hurt the game. Worst case it makes the game inferior. To me, to be against that is common sense. Whereas Ackman takes a wait-and-see approach, which to me he's either a fence-sitter that looks which way the wind is blowing, and goes with that, or a liar who's a lefty that portrays himself as an enlightened centrist, or he just doesn't know shit about politics. In any case, I think politics are not his thing, and should just stick to talking about games. Otherwise, you're gonna turn into YMS or Chris Raygun, guys whose terrible political take sours their reputation. In any case, he should just take the L and move on. But I have a feeling that Ackman is going to act like nothing happened, or keep doubling down. So that's what I have to say. But what do you think?